Pastor Chris many years ago, and he said something. He said he had an injury on his hand, and he looked at it and he said, no, my body should not be injured. And he said he commanded what was caught. He said, close up. And instantly the body closed up. Instantly the body closed up. And when he started winning souls, you know, he was young, but he was learning some very dangerous truths, very dangerous, that you can't teach publicly. And so when he met the likes of Reverend Tom, he said, he told Reverend Tom, I can cut my body and grow it back. And Reverend Tom said, then you must be a witch. And he told Reverend Tom, he said, look, he cut his hand. The first thing is that he suspended pain. He was able to, you know, the eternal life is a superior life, so it dominates the physical life. So he suspended pains in his hand and cut the hand. And when the hand was cut, he now commanded the hand to seal up, and the hand sealed up. When you see these men follow these guys, it's not manipulation, no. They have seen things you can't say in the public. And Reverend Tom went home and said, if what this man said is true, I must try it. And he too cut his hand and told his hand to grow up, and the hand grew up.
Crash. Talk to pastor, the man of God, anyhow. Pastor, when they bleach. Do I look like someone who bleach? Are you okay? Do I look like a bleachy someone? You don't have sense. Be careful, mind your words. Don't allow me to send fire to you. I don't joke with my... Please be careful. Be careful. If you say anything like that again, be careful. Just be careful. If you cannot stay in my life, get out from my life. Just get out. I'm not here to joke. I'm here to help the needy who need my help. So be careful. Mind your speech. Please bring me water. May the peace of the Lord be with you. This is how people address pastor. When you want to address me, you call me daddy. You call me sir. Or you call me Pastor Eddie. Don't just come to my life and say it's trash on my life. I will block you from my life. I don't take those nonsense from people. When you want to address me, say Pastor Eddie, or you say sir, or you say daddy. That's the way you need to act.
I hope you saw the two videos that just played. The one in which the pastor asked the members to bring a star lager beer to church to pray so that their glory will begin to shine like star. Worse still, you saw this another good for nothing entity that was narrating a story that somebody was cutting himself and it was healing up immediately. There is a saying in Yoruba language, or an adage, wọ́n ní tí dùrù bá ti ń dún mọ̀rún jù ó ṣetán tó fẹ́ yà nìyẹn. When a drum begins to sound awkwardly, then it is beginning to get to the point where it will definitely tear up and become useless. But before you get to that stage, I am going to be pleading, I am going to be imploring the availability of the family members of all these pastors. When I saw this pastor, I'm including Johnson Suleiman, David Ibiyome, Paul Eneche, what's his name? Jeremiah Motofufunye, Odekunle Epaphras, Igila, all of them put together. I will be imploring any one of them who still have parents, that their parents will call them and, talk to them. Talk to them very well. Because what I'm seeing that will be happening very soon, because if you are still a parent to any of these good for nothing, lazy buffoons or morons that I've mentioned, I won't want a situation whereby you will not have opportunity to warn them before their time will be up. All of them. You know, the likes of Baba Deboye and his likes who gave birth to all these spiritual wolves. They are whole, so when they cry, we know that it's not. But for these young lazy ones, it is better that you their family members, you call them to order. I'm telling you, the time comes very soon. Ìtàn máa dáná sun ló pọ̀ jù nù wọn, tán máa lẹ̀kúta mọ́ pópó. I won't say much more than that. Then you church members, you members of these people, the only explanation to the reason as to why you sit down under such men, after listening to such stories, what do you take back home? To become set of liars like them? Or what? Or to also be asking God, biblical God, to give you the power to tear yourself up and heal? There is only one explanation as to why we have you guys seated under these mentally sick guys. Only one explanation. And the explanation is that all of you that are seated under them, you are not just wicked, you are not stupid, but you think that the God that exists is stupid, thinking that it is what you give that God that will determine what he does. The blessings, abundant blessings he has given you, what have you used those blessings for? That you now sit under them. They now tell you different stories. They tell you, you have to do this. I remember when Abel Damina too was doing that rubbish. I saw one of his videos. He was threatening, he was terrorizing. You have to give this for that God to do this. You have to do this for that God to do that. Anyway, that don't go. Mi ní sọ jù báyìí lọ. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ẹbí àti ará àwọn wèrè yìí tó ń pera wọn ní pásítọ̀. Ẹ̀rí kan náà tán ni ó bóra, ó ń ṣe live video lọ́wọ́, wọ́n ló bóra, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bú ẹni ẹ̀. Ó dẹ̀ bóra, ó tún ṣe tàtú sọ̀wọ́ ẹ wo bí ọwọ́ ẹ̀ nínú fídíò yẹn. Ó wá ní kán máa pè ẹ́ ní dádì. Only they cannot address you as, how can they address a pastor like, who are you? You Eddie. You said they should be calling you Pastor Eddie. Oh, ní ṣe oríire. Àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó kù. Ẹ mọ̀ pasán ni. Ẹ mọ̀ pasán ni wọ́n ní kán máa pè ẹ́ dádì. Ṣé torí pé àwọn Adébóyè ṣe wọ́n mú jẹ dádì jí o? Bàbá ò mọ iye ọmọ tó bí ní àbò lórí burúkú ni gbogbo yín àtẹ̀yìn àwọn tẹ́ ń pè ń dádì ni. Gbogbo yín ò ní ṣe oríire papọ̀, ẹ mọ̀ pasán ni. Ní 2024 yìí, ilé ò gbá ọ̀nà ò gbá, ìkòkò ní gba oyin, omi kò gba ẹ̀yìn. Ẹ mọ̀ fò kẹ́ mọ̀ níṣó. The liberation is here to stay. I am just telling you their family members. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ti fẹ́ fojú sunkún wọn láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ ayé wọn, ẹ tètè mọ̀ pé wọ́n, kẹ́ mọ̀ wọ́n nu wọn, kán mọ̀ palẹ̀ mọ́, kán mọ̀ ta ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì yẹn díẹ̀díẹ̀. Mi ní sọ jù báyìí lọ. Ire o.